Hello and welcome to another video. This time we're going to be looking at saving user data. This might be for a game where you need to store a high score between different sessions, or maybe a player's name. We're going to be using the MOS API, that is, calls to the operating system from our Z80 assembler code. There are different ways we can store data in files and read data from files, but we're going to be looking at one of the simpler ones today. If we look at the MOS API documentation, the commands that we're going to be using are MOS01 for load, we're going to use MOS02 for save, and we're also going to be using MOS05 to delete a file. The MOS load command is quite simple. It takes the address of actually a file name you want to open. It takes an address of where you want to put the data, and then how much data you want to read. Similarly, the save command does the same thing. There's an address of the file name, the address of where you want to save data from, and how many bytes you want to save. I've put together an example to show how this could work. I've already loaded the program, so if I type run, it's telling me that the last time I ran this program, I pressed a key. This time it's blank because it's the first time we've run the program, but it's asking us to press another key. So let's press Y. It says thank you and goodbye, and we're back to MOS. So if we run it another time, it tells us last time we pressed Y, and now it's time to press another key. Okay, let's press M this time, and run the program again, and last time we pressed M. So every time we press a key, it's storing that data in an external file. So how do we achieve that? If we look at our code, the start is very simple, it's as we've used before. When we first start, we try to open the file. The file name we've called file name. Last key is where we're storing that data. And BC is storing the number of bytes we want to read. And then we do the MOS call 1 to try to open the file and read it. If we fail to open the file, then the default will be a space, which is what we saw the first time we ran it. It then prints the initial text, prints the key that we found from the file, and prints a new line at the end. Now when we press run, the program runs very quickly, and the enter key could still be down, so we wait for that to go up first. So this routine simply waits until there is no key pressed. And then we go into a loop where we wait until a key is pressed again. We find out what key was actually pressed. We store that in last key. We load HL with the file name, and then MOS call 5 will delete the file before we can write a new file. The save file function can't save over the top of an existing file, so we need to delete it first with the MOS call 5 command. We then wait a moment for the SD card to sort itself out, and then we save the data into the new file. And then we exit with a goodbye message. So the file name we're using is savedata.ini, but you could name it anything you like. And the last key here started with the default space character. Hopefully you can expand on this routine to save whatever data you need to between sessions.